Good morning. Welcome to day 5.
Yesterday, when we were stopping at Alrawas for groceries and to take on water, we didn't realise that we had virtually bumped into Anna Marie and Kath of the Narrowboat experience in their new boat.
We didn't know. We didn't stop.
We didn't know which boat to look for, because at that time we didn't know what their new boat looks like. But so we're disappointed to have missed them, but we're hoping to catch up with them again soon.
I think we were both excited because we've never been on a river before, so just a few yards from where we were taking on the water was going to be the lock to take us onto the river for the first time.
First river section.
So we were focused on that rather than looking around us. So we did the river, which you'll see in the vlog, which was good. Very exciting, wasn't it?
Yeah, beautiful.
We then going along, I decided that I'd have a baked potato for lunch, so put my baked potato in the oven, and an hour later got the baked potato out, and it was still a hard baked potato because the gas had gone.
You've been saying for days, haven't you, that the gas has gone to run out.
So had to use other means and have a different dinner, but that was okay. Then we needed to change the memory card.
Oh, that was it. I was changing the memory card in the GoPro that we have on the front of the boat, and I took the old one out and I was just putting the new one into the camera, and the little Ziploc bag I'd put the card into suddenly was blown off by a freak gust of wind, landed in the canal. So hastily ran to the back of the boat, told Steve, threw it into reverse. We were lucky, we managed to fish it out of the canal using Blue's ball flinger, ball launcher, and dried it out, and it's working fine. So
we've got our 5 hours of footage.
Yeah, so the footage you'll will have seen on yesterday's vlog was, for a brief minute, floating on the top of the water.
Yeah. I think we've been cruising a bit long, hours-wise. We seem to be going through places and not stopping. So we've got 14 days to do this, and I just thought that if we slowed it down a little bit, we can view the areas more, do a bit more exploring. So what we intend to do from day 5 is just to do 4 hours cruising or thereabouts, find somewhere nice to moor, and then view around the area. Unfortunately today it's forecast rain again, so we're probably going to be grateful of just only doing 4 hours and just taking some nice scenery.
Yeah, because what we're finding is we get into sort of late afternoon, early evening, we're both shattered because we've been underway for most of the day.
I think in the beginning we wanted to make a lot of progress through areas where we'd already visited before on our narrowboat, and because of that momentum, it meant that we suddenly found ourselves cruising for about 5-6 hours a day, which is fine. We weren't starting till late in the morning, but you know, we've been through Burton. We didn't stop in Burton. It was a Sunday, quite a few people around, and you know, we just didn't see any mooring spaces that we could have used properly. So we steamed through Burton, and here we are on the other side of Burton. So now it's time to chill and have a more relaxed cruise, isn't it?
Yeah, it'll be nice to spend a bit more time exploring and chilling out.
So we've done all the engine checks this morning. Everything's fine down there, so we just need to get ourselves underway. So see you soon.
Today we're continuing our circular route around the Leicestershire Ring, starting off from just outside Burton-on-Trent by Bridge 26 on the Trent and Mersey Canal. We continue past the village of Willington, Barrow-on-Trent, finishing just past the village of Weston-on-Trent. For a long time, the roar of the busy A38 was never too far out of earshot. You can just see through the trees on the left how close we were to the busy dual carriageway. However, by the time we reach Bridge 24A, the canal swings away from the dual carriageway and instead hugs tightly to the railway line before the canal passes close to the village of Willington. The Dragon pub at Willington had been recommended to us by a friend. We were planning on stopping here anyway to use the full Elsan and water facilities nearby. It turned out that our guide wasn't quite accurate. We had to go on a little bit further on the other side of the canal to get to the sanitary station. Another Elsan point boasting just that little bit extra. We were beginning to wonder if this might be a permanent feature of all the facilities on the Trent and Mersey. After we'd filled and emptied our water tank and Lucasette respectively, we decided to forego the pub lunch and press on, as rain had been forecast. In the distance you can see the 5 cooling towers from the now disused Willington Power Station. Just before STENSON lock, there was a small marina on the left. Then we approached one of the biggest locks we'd seen in a long time. At 12 foot 4 inches full, it was very deep. It was good to see the lockie on duty to help us. As the lock emptied and the massive sill at the lock top was exposed, we felt very small. Unfortunately, the left-hand paddle on the bottom of the lock was damaged, so it took a little longer for the lock to empty. But it wasn't too long before the bottom gates were swinging open. While we'd been negotiating STENSON lock, the rain had started up again. Just before the next lock by SWARKESTONE, there's a very short arm that branches off on the left. This used to be part of the Derby Canal, which is now disused. No lockie for us this time, so we had to fend for ourselves.
Another wet day. Very wet day actually. And over there is the River Trent. Blue bushes over there.
Our final lock of the day, Weston lock, wasn't set in favour as we reached it, so we had to fill it. Look at the sheer volume and force of the water as we opened the gate paddles to fill the lock. Before long we approached a likely mooring spot. We were a bit concerned about stopping so close to a railway bridge in case there might be noise. We needn't have worried, it turns out it's little used and it turned out to be a great place to stop for the night. Time to put the kettle on for a much needed cuppa. Thank you for joining us. See you next time.